Hey everyone. So I hope you guys are all gearing up for the new year because I hope I'm going to have the best year yet in 2021. Not I hope, I know I will because I cannot believe I survived this year. And at the time of this recording, it is now the end of 2021. And boy, what a year it's been. Although we still don't know what the future holds with the new way of life post pandemic, sorry about that. We all learned to be adaptive and resilient through the lockdowns, as well as the ups and downs of navigating life in isolation. But I think you and I, we all agree that we're designed to gather and mingle, as evidenced by the increasing number of travelers this holiday season. And wherever you stand on the pandemic precautions, I believe we should all hold space for one another to be who we want to be through this time. It's been a challenge for all of us, but I want to share how traumatic this year has been for my personal health, for transparency. So I began the year with a big plan. But as the year progressed, I noticed I was getting increasingly fatigued, constantly having to fight my exhaustion. And it was almost, my fatigue was so bad sometimes that it was at the point of debilitation. And I had to take frequent breaks, was dealing with pain all over my body and increasing digestive problems, which ultimately led to a severe lupus flare affecting my kidney function. As of this episode, early this month, I've ended up with an acute kidney failure, which created significant health issues that affected function or my function in every aspect of my life, personally, physically, professionally, and spiritually. I know that I'm stress prone, and I've always been this way because I'm type A and I have a lot of anxiety. But I thought I was managing everything just fine. This was also a pivotal year for me with both of my boys transitioning both to college and high school. And there was just a lot of adjustments in our family. Plus, dealing with my sickness added another layer of complication in our family dynamics. All I know how to do is to be healthy. All I know how to do is to try harder. All I know how to do is to do everything that I can to help myself and to regain my control. And when things kind of, or something just life circumstance pulls the rug from under you, I didn't know how to stand and I really didn't know how to be sick. But I want to share my experience receiving care in the hospital as practitioners to practitioners. With acute kidney failure, it was not a good place to be. I was admitted with severe anemia, hypertension, proteinuria, which is just spilling up protein like crazy in through your urine, and insulin resistance, all caused by side effects of one thing led to another, right? Keep in mind that these symptoms were really a side effect. Some of them were to medications that I was receiving in the hospital that needed more medications to succumb or to take the edge off the symptoms. Because of kidney failure, I was anemic, which led to blood transfusion, which then I had hematoma after a kidney biopsy, which then led to inflammation and severe swelling in the abdomen and pain affecting digestion. And then the corticosteroids caused insulin resistance, so they wanted to give me more insulin. And chemo for lupus caused further anemia and low platelets, taxing the kidneys even more. And blood pressure was spiking due to kidney failure and corticosteroids. All in all, my system was dysfunctional and all treatments were toxic, geared towards medically stabilizing my body enough to help it recover. It's at this point in an acute situation like this, it's really the benefits outweigh the risks. And each of the physician and care team staff were all concerned about their own scope of practices, checking off the boxes of their duties as to attending to the patients or patient care, I should say. The attending doctor that I had, which switched from day to day, depending on who you got, They had all aspects of their care covered by having solid protocol of medications, which included sleep aids, pain medications, including narcotics, medications for constipation, blood pressure, thyroid to keep me comfortable. I was told the same protocol exists for every patient so that the physicians don't get called in the huddle, called in the middle of the night if they are on call. So I, as a patient, had to stay vigilant to say no to certain medications, which included insulin, because I knew that my blood sugar is typically not high. I'm not diabetic. And if I'm going to have a transient high blood sugar level because of my corticosteroids, in my opinion, it was well worth just letting it be. I didn't need to control it with my insulin in an already inflamed body, because we all know that insulin is the most inflammatory hormone in the body. I wasn't getting significantly better in the hospital, and I grew weary as I felt the energy in the hospital was not conducive to healing. So I fought to be discharged, and when I was discharged, I was still sick with no signs of getting better for about 2 weeks. The BandAid approach to healthcare is one that is really, really limiting for patients. And let me just tell you that my experience with every physician that I met, they only knew their scope of practice and their opinions about their legality and covering their liabilities, as opposed to really caring about what I needed. And our conversations grew a little bit weary at times. And my nephrologist actually said, when deciding between dialysis or diuretics in the hospital, he said, it's up to you. And so there was just a lot of disappointing care that I received, and it was heartless. The bedside mannerisms were very, very negative. And I just had no business being around people like that. So I took an opportunity to shift and scream and do whatever I needed to do to get the care that I deserved, that I needed, that I wanted. And I didn't feel an ounce of guilt about it. But there are very much ways that you can communicate better with your doctors to get what you need, and really be heard is what I want you guys to really know. Because when you reject the medication, this is your body. You get to, protect it, right? And you can will your body to heal through the divine intervention. And that's the aspect that no doctors want to speak of, right? And they just roll their eyes and smile that big smile and tell you to do whatever you need to do. So today I just want to say, I believe I had to really, really stick with what I teach and preach in my programs in Alkaline Method certification for practitioners through my Alkaline Method Academy, as well as my Alkaline Method for autoimmune patients that I service. And I needed to be transparent with you guys to let you guys know why my cheeks are so chubby right now. And where have I been, right? Because some days I couldn't function. I couldn't do the podcasts. I needed to do encore episodes for that reason. So with this kind of obstacles, it was the hardest thing I've ever had to go through. But I believe that obstacles are opportunities, always looking to find gratitude in all things. Just my ability to pay for the healthcare that I needed, my ability to be able to make sure that my boys are taken care of. And the fact that right now at this moment, I'm doing this podcast and I'm completely okay. That I really needed to let go of my expectations, and my need to control was driving perhaps my autoimmune condition. There are many theories that I have up here that I can share with you in the weeks to come and months to come about this experience as I am on this healing journey. But I really wanted to share this today to say, whatever you guys may be going through, whatever obstacles that you have, that's the exact opportunity that you can use as leverage to get you out of certain situations. There are so many reasons why I shouldn't be sitting here today. There's so many reasons and excuses for why I didn't have to do this. But I felt called to share this message that obstacles are really true hidden opportunities for us to grow and evolve as human beings. And in order for us to be effective at what we do, we never want to give our opinions, personal opinions, or our predictions or prognoses to our patients in a careless manner. Because I will tell you, education does not teach intelligence. It teaches you how to be organized, but intelligence and wisdom comes from practicing and actually caring about what you do. So this is why those of you who are physicians, those of you who are physical therapists, those of you who have a profession that you don't love, this is why I encourage everybody to jump on board in the Alkaline methodology, where we cover 4 essential elements: the self-awakening, outer manifestation, modern medicine, as well as ancient wisdom piece, to gather it all together to make it a cohesive, integrative approach that all patients need and want right now. If you're interested, sign up in the quiz below so that we can continue this conversation, as I will be hosting a free live training come beginning of March. So this is all I have to say. I just wanted to appear in the camera and just kind of share my experience with you, that avoid being just a mechanic with a lot of education, because that's what's happening in nursing. It's what's happening in physician world. It's what's happening in our professional world, allied health as well. So no matter who you are, what you're going through, obstacles are truly an opportunity for growth and evolvement if you see it that way. Because remember, circumstances don't control the way we think, the way we feel and take action. So I hope this has been super helpful for you. If you have not done so already, please sign up in the link below for the quiz, as well as to sign up on our podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye for now.